Okay, welcome everyone. We're going to start sitting, please. I'm going to sit on a blanket just because it's nice and comfy, but however you want to be, find an easy seat, please. You want to be able to feel like you can sit tall in the spine. If that means you'd rather be on your shins with bent knees, that works too. And then hands just come to the knees. We're going to softly close the eyes and just start to breathe. Taking a moment just to clean the slate and start to focus the mind. Allow your seat to feel heavy. And you can start on your exhales to draw the belly button in as the ribs close. Whenever you're ready, you can stare softly down towards the tip of your nose, and we're going to start to roll. Any direction is good. And then reverse your direction. Coming back to the center and give me some big shoulder rolls here. Taking a pause, lower your left ear to your left shoulder. Bring the head back up to the center, switch sides. And coming to the center, chin to the chest, interlace the fingers and draw the shoulder blades away from one another. Breath in and exhale to release. And if you're sat cross-legged, let's switch the cross. I'm going to inhale, the arms widen up. On the exhale, rotate to your left. Bring your left hand down, right hand to right knee. Look over your left shoulder. Deep breath in as you exhale. Right elbow comes down into your lap, left arm lifts up. Breath in on the exhale, your lifted arm sweeps forward, come through a rounded back. To sitting tall again. Inhaling, those arms widen up, exhaling to the right. Right hand comes down behind you, left hand to right knee. On each exhale, see if you can rotate a little more. Then deep breath in as you exhale, left elbow comes down, right arm lifts up. You can turn and look up or not, whichever feels better for your neck. Breath in and then exhale, allow that arm to sweep forwards and come through a rounded back. Well done. We're coming onto hands and knees, please. So hands on the shoulders, knees under hips. Take a deep breath in and get long in the front body. Pull your shoulders down your back and then shift your hips back. Now I like to widen my knees a little bit. And then you're going to roll through a rounded back to come up to the start. So inhale to arch and take the hips back. And then exhale as you round through and come back to the starting position. Finding movement at your speed. Next time you come back to a central point and there's no rush, we're going to pause here. And if your knees were wide, just take them back under the hips, sending your left leg long up at hip height behind you. Perfect. Now really squeeze your quadriceps here and your glutes on that left side so that they're really working very, very hard, squeezing them as hard as you can. The right arm comes off, thumb up towards the ceiling, pull the shoulders down the back, draw the belly away from the floor. Deep breath in. As you exhale, hand comes down, the leg comes down, and just gently take the hips side to side. And then resetting through the center again, spreading the fingers, pressing the palms into the mat, sending away your right leg. Pointing the toes as much as you can, activating the calf muscles, the quads, the glutes on that lifted leg. Yes, beautiful. The left arm comes out now and the thumbs up. Well done. Pull that shoulder blade down the back. Draw your belly in. Knit the ribs towards one another. Breath in. On the exhale, the hand comes down first, then the leg. We'll go wide knees and sit back into a child's pose, please. Just allow your forehead to melt onto your mat. And then we'll walk our hands a little to the right and press the left hand down as you heavy into your left hip. You can actually push away with your right hand to help activate the lengthening on the left side of the body a little more. Deep breath in, exhale, let's walk the hands through the center and the hands go to the other side now. Heavy the right hand and the right hip. And then push away with your left hand. Deep breath in as you exhale. Hands come to the center. And we're going to tuck the toes under and start to lift the knees off and find your way into your first down dog. If we were using blanket, you can set that out of the way. You can walk through the heels. Lifting your tail to the sky. Noticing how your back feels. Starting to switch on the strength in the arms, in the upper back. Then let's walk the hands back towards the feet, please. Separate your feet a lot and then just hang here with your belly in the center between the legs. You can take thumbs to the creases of the elbows and just take a little pendulum side to side. So think about as if you were in a plie squat, except for that you're in a forward fold as well. Come down, square your feet to the front. If it's comfortable to straighten your knees, you can. You could do a bend and a straighten, or you could leave them soft if you prefer. I'm going to do a bend and a straighten. And then pause in your wide-legged forward fold. Soften the knees, hands come to the thighs, and come through a rounded back to stand. When you get here, just roll those shoulders. Inhale the arms out and up. And then exhale, pull the elbows down and start to lift the chest up. So that you're opening the chest and the upper back, but you're not arching the whole of your back. Your pelvis is staying nice and steady. Deep breath in, and then exhale to release. Well done. A little rotation side to side. And that's our warm up. And we're going to start with a yoga flow at the front of our mat. As always, have your props ready. Use them even if I don't think to suggest it, if you know of something that will make things feel better to you. So feet are 6 inches apart. Take a deep breath in, please. Arms come wide and up. Exhale, flow forward and down. Inhale to come halfway, hands to the shins, shoulders down the back. Elongate your spine, the back of your neck. Exhale, fold forwards. Softening the knees, we're stepping back into a plank. Step your right leg first. You can be on your knees for your plank, and then your left. Widen the knees, find a child's pose. Lifting up just enough to tuck the toes under, knees float off, find a down dog. Unfold those legs, heavy the heels. Shifting into a plank and lowering yourself down, either from the knees or the toes you pick, all the way down. Hands come a little forward and wide. Cobra. Pull the shoulders down the back. Engage the glutes. Inhale as you exhale, release forward. Tuck the toes, hands on either side of the ribs. Downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot in just a little, inhale up your right leg. As you exhale, shift forward and replace your right hand with your right foot. If you need to come onto your left knee like I'm showing you and put your foot up that way, that's fine. Whenever you get here, we're going to straighten out the front leg and soften the back knee so that you can spring into a forward fold. You want your left foot really centered under your left hip. And then you're going to turn your right foot out to the side a little. And this is where it's sometimes a bit helpful if you've got a block under your left hand. You're going to take hold of your right ankle with your right hand. And you're going to start to trace a line up the inside of your leg. We're making our way up into a tree. Whenever you get here, however you want to get here, we'll meet in some kind of a single leg balance. Yeah, we were just talking about how hay fever is really rife at the moment, and that can actually throw off your balance. So if you're feeling really wobbly, go with it. It's a chance to practice some balance challenge. Want to draw the palms together when you find some quiet, you can. And then we're going to allow that right foot to slowly retrace its steps back to its starting position, and then you can gently close the eyes. When you're ready, inhale the arms widen up. Exhale, flow forward and down. Inhale to come halfway. Lengthen the spine, exhale, forward fold. Softening the knees, stepping back to a plank again. Left foot steps first and then the right. If you want to be on your knees, that's fine. Wide knees for everyone, toes together, child's pose. Keeping that length down the sides of the body that we created in the warm-up. And then lift up just enough to tuck the toes under, float the knees off, and unfold your legs into your down dog. Inhaling to a plank. Exhaling to bring yourself either halfway or all the way down, whichever you prefer. And then find either a cobra or an up dog. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Stepping your right foot in just a little bit and inhaling up your left leg. Think about opening the front of the left hip as you lift that leg up behind you, and then exhaling to replace your left hand with your left foot, either coming to the right knee or not, whichever is better for you. Perfect. Straightening out your front leg, softening the back knee, and springing up to a forward fold. This is where we come into tree, so if you want your block on the outside of your right foot, you can, and we're going to turn that left foot out a little, left hand to left ankle. Start to make a line up your inner thigh with your left foot, and then stop at a place where your foot is not on your knee. Yes, great. Draw the belly in. Find length in the spine. Push with your inner thigh into your foot and vice versa. And then when you find your calm, you can bring palms together. Deep breath in. Exhale, trace that foot down your inner thigh and back to its starting position. Just take a moment here. Inhale, the arms widen up. Adding on this time, exhale, flow forward and down. Inhale to come halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Softening the knees, step your right leg back, and then the left for a plank. Widen the knees, toes together, child's pose. Heavy the hips on your heels, walk those fingertips away. Coming up just a little to tuck the toes under and to climb into your down dog. Inhale out to your plank. Exhale to lower all the way down or halfway. Inhale to your back bend, whichever you're picking. Exhale to your down dog. Step the left foot into the center a little. Inhale up your right leg. Exhale, step it forwards. Straighten out the front leg, spring up from the back leg. Now this time, just spring straight into your tree if you can. So if you need to tap that foot down, that's totally fine. Excellent. Now unstick your left foot from your inner thigh. I'm going to send it back and find a warrior one. So slowly, being as interested in the journey as you are the destination, set that back foot down. Yeah, perfect. And then lift those arms up and sink into your front leg. Fabulous. I'm going to spin around to the ball of our back foot and hinge forward at the hips so that your torso comes down and your belly comes down to the top of your right thigh. Arms come out to the side, and we're going to lower them and lift. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So there's a lot of work going on in the legs. Your back foot, your heel is off and it's parallel to the front foot. Inhale, exhale. You have 4 more, please. And 3. And 2. Well done. Hands come down and just walk them around to the left wall and come into a wide straddle and just rest here. If you want to put a block down for your forehead, you can. Just watch your knees here, folks, in this wide position. Make sure that they're soft. Your hands back so that they're in line with your insteps if that feels good to you. Deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to come down onto our knees, so carefully one at a time. And we're going to make our way into a frog. So wide knees, toes out to the side. Find your forearms and just shift your hips back. Just allow the inner groin, the inner thighs to soften and lengthen for a moment. Deep breath in. As you exhale, climbing onto your hands and turning yourself around to the front of your mat. We're going to find a lizard, so you want a deep lunge position. Right foot's in the front, left knee is back behind you, and if you like to use your blocks for your lizard, this is where you set them up on the inside of your instep. And you can come down to the forearms if you'd like to, or you can stay on your hands. Point your left foot and press the top of the foot into the mat. Yes, awesome. And then hug this right knee into the outside of your right shoulder. I'm not particularly flexible here. Some people might be able to get their forearms all the way down onto the mat. But the goal here is not to feel like it's excruciating. So just go with what you've got. Breath in. On the exhale, climb onto your hands if you're not already there, and just set those blocks off to the side. Tucking the left toes under, raise the left knee off, straightening out your right leg a little so that you can spring forwards to a forward fold. Hands come to the back of the legs, low legs now. Find the meaty part of your calves and soften both of your knees. Start to apply pressure with the palms to your calves, and at the same time, press your calves back into your hands as you lengthen the back of the legs a little more. Softening the knees and coming through a rounded back to stand. When you get to the top, inhale the arms widen up. Exhale, flow forward and down. Inhale to come halfway, shoulders down the back. Exhale, forward fold. Softening the knees, stepping back with your left leg, and then the right to find a plank. Get really parallel with the mat here, drawing your belly in and up. Yeah, beautiful. And then widen the knees, toes together, child's pose. Heavy your hips to your heels. Inhale to come forward a little and tuck the toes. Exhale to find your down dog. Inhale to your plank. Exhale either halfway or all the way down. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. And step your right foot in just a little and lift up your left leg. On your exhale, replace your left hand with your left foot. And if you want a block for your tree to help you, you can. Otherwise, we're going to try and spring straight into our tree like we did on the other side. So find a bit of a spring. Might need to hop your back foot in a little and then see if you can make your way up to your tree. Yes, great. Arms are either to the side or you can draw them into the center. You could also have them over your head, whatever you prefer. Become aware of how the front and the back of the body are both supporting the spine. The tilt of your pelvis. And then we're going to unstick our right foot. Square everything to the front, and we're stepping back into a warrior one. So you want your back foot angled in a little, sink into your front hip. Yes, beautiful. Deep breath in. As you exhale, lift up your right heel, spin around to the ball of the left foot. Everything faces the front now. And exhale the torso forward, arms come out to the side. So you want to be as deep into this left hip as you can. Your arms are directly out to the side as opposed to being angled back. And you're going to lower and lift. Inhale, exhale, squeezing behind your shoulder blades. Yes, so major strengthening for the legs and the upper back. The stabilizers for your shoulders. Lower, lift, lower, lift. You have 4 more, please. 3. And then the hands come down on the inside of that left leg. Well done. And you're walking around to your wide straddle. So whatever props you used on side 1, maybe you want to try them again here. Feet face the front. Just allow the crown of the head to draw down to the ground. You can bring your hands in line with your insteps if you like that. You want to be in a position where you can really release and relax here. and then on the exhale, we're slowly climbing our way into a frog. So you want your toes out, your ankles directly behind your knees. And then if you've got a blanket for your forearms, it's a bit more comfy than putting them on the floor. And you can just relax your forehead either to your blanket or the back of your hands. Hips move back. Yeah, perfect. Breath in as you exhale, climbing onto the hands, shifting your weight forward a little, and we're going to turn ourselves around to the front of our mat again. So you've got your left foot in the front this time, you've got lizard on the second side. Blocks on the inside of your left foot. Hugging the outside of your left shoulder now with the inside of your left knee. As things release, if you want to lower yourself down a little more, you can. Breath in as you exhale, climbing onto your hands, and if you're using props, just setting those out of the way. We're going to step our way back into a plank, please. We've got a bit of core strengthening here. So knees is always good if you prefer knees. In fact, a lot of you may want to be on your knees because we're going to do 4 tricep press-ups. So you pick your starting position. You want the insides of your elbows facing forward. Make sure your hips don't sag down from the start. Deep breath in as you exhale. Lower your chest down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, power your way up. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, power up. You've got 2 left, or you can move to a child's pose whenever you want to. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, exhale, power up. There is 1 left. Deep breath in, exhale, lower down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale to come up. Child's pose. Well done. Allow your forehead to really feel held by the ground underneath you. Starting to press into your left arm a little and putting a tug into the left shoulder blade down the back. You can actually even push away a little with your left hand and then lift up your right arm just 1 inch off the mat, maybe 2 inches, that's all. Hold it there. Deep breath in and exhale to release. Spreading the fingers of the right hand. Starting to tug that right shoulder blade down the back. You can start to push away with your right hand as well as that left arm lifts up just a little off the mat. Forehead stays down and heavy. Deep breath in and exhale to release. Well done. We are moving on, folks. We're going to bring ourselves all the way down to our belly, please. And if you've got your ball handy, we're going to use that. So thumbs up towards the ceiling, forearms on the ball. To start with, we're going to leave our chest connected with the mat. We're going to inhale to get a length behind the shoulder blades, and we're going to exhale to pull the shoulder blades down the back. So inhale, the ball should roll away. Exhale, the ball rolls towards you. But your chest stays down, and the movement comes solely from behind your shoulder blades. So as if you're trying to press a button that's just out of reach. How long can you get? And then pull those shoulder blades down again. Now the next time you pull the shoulder blades down, you're going to start to engage your gluteals, press the front hips into the mat, and continue the ball rolling, using your upper back muscles, keeping the arms straight, seeing if you can lift your way up. And then you're going to lower yourself all the way down. So inhale the shoulder blades up. Exhale, pull them down, roll the ball towards you. Lift yourself up without lifting your chin. Perfect. And then all the way down. One more time like this, please. Lift the shoulder blades up. Exhale, shoulder blades down, roll the ball towards you, and then hold at the top. That's it. Yep, really engage the glutes. Press the hips into the mat, and then release down. We're going to take this into a tempo. So inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift for 2. Inhale, lower for 2. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Fantastic. You've got 3 left, please. And then release forwards. Well done. We're going to take the ball now and put it underneath the chest so that it's giving you some support. Perfect. You're on your forearms, elbows under shoulders, thumbs are up. Again, pressing the front of the hips into the mat so you're really engaging your gluteals. Take a deep breath in and lift up your shoulders up towards your ears as much as you can. On your exhale, pull them down away from the ears. Push into the forearms and get as long as you can down the back and in the front body. Good. Let's do that again. So we're going to release into the ball. Let it take your weight and squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. Inhale a lot. As you exhale, let the ball reinflate as you take your weight off it and you get really long. Excellent. And then release. We're going to go to tempo a bit quicker here. So let's press and release. Press and release. 8, 7. Think of this as a shoulder blade exercise. You have 4 left. And then we're going to hold at the top. Now those muscles that support the back of your shoulders might be starting to feel a little tired now. That's perfect. You're just going to leave them there working. And now see if you can lift your elbows off and lower. So the forearms are going to lift off in their entirety. Yeah, lift, lower. The ball can just roll away now. We don't really need that. Lift, lower. You have 8, 7. It should feel like quite a lot of work in your upper body. Lift, lower. There are 4 left. If it doesn't, something's a bit wrong. Change the position of your elbows. And last one. And well done. Just take a little rest here. Take your left arm out in a T position, and your right fingertips come to the right side. You're going to roll over onto the left side of your body and just allow your right leg to dangle. It might touch the floor, it might not, it doesn't matter. And then you can start to press into your left hand a little more. You can put a tug in your left shoulder blade down your back. Deep breath in and exhale to roll back onto your back. Let's go second side. I'm just going to move my blocks out the way. So you want your right arm out to the right. Roll over onto your right side and allow your left leg to dangle. Now notice if this side feels the same as side one. Might feel a little tighter. So we're taking a stretch in the front of our right shoulder, through the right side of the chest, but also through the back. And then start to press into your right palm, little tug in the back of the right shoulder blade. Let the belly release. Deep breath in and then exhale to come back onto your belly. We're going to press ourselves up into a modified plank. And then our right knee is coming forward. We're setting up for pigeon. So you want your right knee to move a little to the right of your right hip. And then walk that left leg back. And you can come into a folded up pigeon. With the right heel sort of pressing into the front of the left hip. If you want a block to support your chest, you can do that. Exhale to climb onto the hands. And you're just going to walk this back knee in so that it nestles behind the front one. We're coming into cow face. If you're suffering with your knees at the moment, you may prefer to do a figure four. So right knee's on the top, left knee is nestled behind, and you're probably going to bring a block with you. Separate your feet away from each other as much as you can. And then sit your way back either onto your block with a nice tall spine, or you can sit down to your mat. Perfect. If you happen to be on the mat, lift your hips up and take a little step towards the left, and then reset your spine and just take a moment. You can take palms to the soles of the feet if that feels good. Just let the external hips start to release a little more. Breath in as you exhale. If you're in cow face, walk yourself forward. If you're in a figure four, you can just release the legs into the side. Do whatever movements feel good here, and we'll all meet up in our modified plank in just a moment. So, modified plank, we're going second side. Draw the belly in, pull the shoulders down the back. Deep breath in as you exhale. Lift that left knee Take it to the outside of the left hip. Walk your foot out a little and send your right leg back. Fold it up, pigeon, second side. Notice how you're breathing. Notice if you're holding on to some of your exhales, and just give yourself permission to fully release each time the breath expels. Deep breath in as you exhale, climbing onto the hands and making our way into cow face second side or figure four second side. So your right knee draws behind the left. Separate the feet away from each other and sit either onto a block or the floor. Then when you get here, if you are on the floor, lift the hips up and take a little step towards the right. And then think about getting as long as you can in your spine. Palms to the soles of the feet. There are places that feel tense. Take your exhales there. Breath in as you exhale. We're going to take the legs out in front of us and just give them a little bit of butter. Well done. Excellent. So we're going to use our ball again. We're moving on a little bit more for the abs now. I'm going to trap the ball. So you're sitting on the floor, but it's trapped to support your low back. And your hands are going to come behind your thighs. Start to come into a long front body here. So as if you're arching the back in a cat-cow, but we're doing it seated. Inhale and then exhale, round through as much as you can, chin to your chest. Really squeeze your belly as you exhale all of the air. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round through. And then come to a neutral position. Pull your shoulders down the back, and you want your upper back in the arched place and your tailbone slightly tucked under. So it's kind of a combo of the two. See if you can lean yourself back. You can either hold on behind the thighs or not, you choose. And then on your next exhale, bring yourself up. We're going to tempo. We're going to inhale back and exhale up. Inhale back, exhale up. Perfect. Inhale back, exhale up. Start to take the arms out to the side as you come back. Inhale back, exhale up. For extra challenge, you can take your feet together and you can squeeze your knees together. Inhale back, exhale up. Beautiful. Inhale back, exhale up. On the next one, we're going to hold it back. So let the ball take some weight for you. Pull your shoulders down your back and reach for your ankles. If it's comfortable to you, you can straighten out your legs. So this is a supine plank. You've got your belly drawing in very strongly. If you want to, you can add single arms. One goes out to the side, one comes back, other side. Pause here, little pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it here. Bend to the knees. Deep breath in. Exhale to come up. Well done. Wide legs, hands on the front of the shins. Arch the back. Exhale, round through. And then we're going to place the ball off to the side and we're going to come to lying down, please. Start to press the back of your left leg strongly into the mat. As you draw your right knee in towards you, you can give it a little hug here to help with the flexibility. Allow the knee to go out to the side. And then deep breath in, and as you exhale, unhinge that right leg and get as tall as you can through the back of the knee. Point the toes. Think steady in the pelvis and take the leg across the midline towards the left and then sweep it out and round to the right, keeping your hips nice and steady. Let's do that again. Sweep across, out and round. Across, out and round. Notice which parts of your back are connecting with the mat. We're not pushing the low back into the mat. We're leaving the back in neutral, and let's reverse the circle, please. Out to the right, across the midline and up. Yes, fantastic. Inhale as the leg goes out to the side. Exhale as it crosses the midline. You've got 2 left. And give yourself another single knee hug with that right leg. Just take the knee out to the outside of the right shoulder. And then send the leg out. Start to push the back of the right leg into the mat now, please, as you draw your left knee in towards you. Hold the front of the shin. Hug it to the outside of the shoulder. Deep breath in. As you exhale, straighten out that left leg. Keeping the knee as straight as possible, and then point the toes. It's up to you if you have your palms down or up. It's a little easier to have your palms down. And then as you inhale, take the leg across the midline, steady your hips. Exhale, sweep it wide and up. Yes. And the shape of your circle that you make is entirely up to you. Make it as challenging as you want to. And last one in this direction. And then let's switch. So we're going out to the side and then a little quicker across the midline and up. So slowly out to the side, across the midline and up. Yes, out to the side, across the midline and up. Two more. Last one. Well done. Give that shin another hug. Draw it into the outside of that shoulder. And then release both feet flat on the floor. We're going to move into a happy baby before we come into our relaxing position. If you'd rather just hold the front of the shins and rock side to side, you can most certainly do that. If you want to do happy baby, hands come on the insides of the knees. And then the soles of the feet are parallel with the floor as if you were squatting on the ceiling. And just draw the legs down on either side of you. And then releasing the feet carefully down, stretch out tall, full body stretch. Making your way into whatever kind of position you would like to relax in for 5 minutes. If you've got a blanket, even though it's warm today, it may still feel nice to have that over you. Or you could roll it up and put it under your knees. And I will turn the lights out. It's comfortable to you, you can softly close your eyes. If you'd rather I not come to you with the lavender spray, just raise your arm. Start to breathe slowly and deeply. Sink into the surface you're resting on. Allow your body to soften and relax. Release the shoulders. Let the ribs sink. Today we're thinking of the topic peace. What is peace? Calm in our day, serenity in our minds, steadiness in our hearts. Contented stillness of the soul. When we have peace of mind, we can let go, we can relax, free of anxiety about the future, feeling safe and secure. Okay with who you are. Repeating softly, silently to yourself the following phrase: I am peace. I am peace. Your mind wandering, that's normal. Gently invite it back to your phrase. I am peace. And I'll be quiet for a moment and I'll let you know when it's time to finish. starting to take a deeper breath in and a deeply releasing exhale. Letting go of the phrase now. Starting to gently wiggle fingers and toes. In your own time, making your way onto your right hand side, supporting your head with your right arm, and pausing here. Taking a deep breath in on the exhale, use your left arm to help press you up to a comfortable sitting position. When you get here, making two loose fists, stacking your forearms, drawing them to your belly as you round forward a little. Noticing how you feel inside right now. Offering yourself some appreciation for your efforts this morning. And knowing you can come back here whenever you need to during your day. Drawing the palms together, slowly floating the eyes open with your gaze on your thumbnails. Be well. Namaste.